Thanks to Brilliant for sponsoring this video. Apple has got some huge announcements planned for 2024, with a couple of surprises that no one saw coming. Now that the new year has officially begun, Tim is preparing to warm up his classic
"Good morning"
and get ready to make 5 big announcements for 2024. Apple is set to have their biggest year ever in 2024 and finally deliver us some products that live up to the hype. Let me tell you what you need to know about Apple in the new year. The first big announcement we could have this year is the introduction of a couple of brand new AirPods and some just nice upgrades to the AirPod line in general. Yes, AirPods Max, Apple has not forgotten about these. They will be getting an upgrade in 2024, though probably just gonna be like a surface level change, maybe some new colors, maybe some new audio chips inside, and that's about it. There have been some rumors about a sport version that would be less than the pretty crazy $550 price tag that the current model's at, but we haven't heard about that in quite some time, so probably a minor refresh for AirPods Max. A bit more exciting than that, though, is an upgrade to regular AirPods. What are we on? AirPods Gen 3, these would be Gen 4. Basically, your standard non-Pro AirPods are gonna get way better in 2024, getting a design very similar to AirPods Pro, so that shorter stem design, the ability to click on the stems as well is probably coming. And also, for the first time on non-Pro AirPods, ANC, active noise cancellation, a really nice, really handy feature coming to your non-Pro AirPods that won't break the bank. And finally, we have heard some rumblings that Apple might release a new version of AirPods we haven't seen before that would come in at a low price tag, relative for Apple low, of $99 for this new entry-level AirPods model. These would probably be stripped of the higher-end features, no ANC, probably an older design to keep costs down, stuff like that. But for $100, straight from Apple, not even including discounts from like Target and Amazon, stuff like that, you would get a really good pair of wireless earbuds, no cable, good battery life, good audio fidelity, good syncing with your Apple stuff for $99, which is nice to see Apple take this route and give us some better products at a lower price. Something Apple's starting to do that is a nice change from what they've done for decades. But of course, that does not mean Apple has forgotten about their customers willing to shell out some money to get the new fancy thing, which leads us to number 2, and that could be the surprise of an all-new Apple Watch X. Apple Watch 10, Apple Watch Series X, name is a little TBD right now, but a big Apple Watch upgrade should be coming this year. Believe it or not, it was all the way back in September of 2014 that Tim Cook himself introduced the Apple Watch, a whole new product category for Apple. And as we enter the decade mark of this little computer on our wrist, current rumors say that Apple is preparing a pretty big refresh that'll bring some substantial new features, new screen tech, new design, some good news, and yes, some bad news too. What we're hearing right now is that this could be the Apple Watch's iPhone 10 moment. The moment that Apple sort of goes back to the drawing board, reinvents everything, and gives us a shocking, jaw-dropping moment that really makes us go wow and shows us that the Apple magic in Cupertino is alive and well. So a new design could be coming to the Apple Watch with hopefully a thinner overall chassis, maybe some other design elements could be tweaked here. We also are hearing, though, some bad news is that the current Apple Watch band system that's been in place for nearly a decade will not be working with the Series X or Series 10 or whatever. So you might need new bands. Another change we may see is a change in screen technology. Apple may switch over to micro LED or potentially micro OLED. This would be the first micro OLED device Apple has done, which would be really cool to see. And then also we're hearing that the screen size should get a little bit bigger, probably not as big as the Apple Watch Ultra, but what we're hearing right now is that a little over 2 inches or around 2 inches will be the updated screen size for Apple Watch Series X. There's also been a lot of chatter that besides battery life improvements, speed improvements, stuff like that, better screen, that Apple could bring us some better health and fitness features on Series X Apple Watch. For example, we know for a while, Apple has been working on unobtrusive blood glucose monitoring, which when introduced could be a really big game-changing feature for so many people around the world. But given the recent Apple Watch drama with Massimo and the patent issues and the potential Apple stealing information, that might not be happening as soon as we thought. So a lot of those hallmark health features might have been put on hold, but hopefully we see this new Apple Watch in 2024, and Apple should finally give the Apple Watch the attention and updates it deserves. And the Apple Watch isn't the only thing that deserves your attention these days. You do as well. Yes, you. And if you're like me, the beginning of the new year is a great time to get more productive. It's a time to learn new things. And if you're looking for the best way to learn new subjects in a fun, interactive way at your own pace and on your own time, I've got the perfect solution for you, the perfect place to go, and that is Brilliant. Brilliant is the best way to learn math, data science, and computer science interactively at your own pace and again on your own time. And Brilliant has got thousands of lessons from basic to advanced topics and new lessons added every single month. And I love that Brilliant customizes this content to fit your needs. They're bite-sized, they're interactive, and like I mentioned before on the channel, I have personally liked going through some of the computer science lessons on Brilliant, but there is so much here to offer. If you've wanted to get into a new sort of subject like engineering or science, but it just wasn't clicking, Brilliant might just be the perfect way to go. I know it was for me, and I know you're gonna love it. Best part of all is that you can get started totally for free for 30 days, and the first 200 of you guys to go to the link down below and sign up will get 20% off an annual plan just by going to the link down below or visiting brilliant.org/theapplecircle. Again, totally free for 30 days, and a really sweet discount for those of you who are fast and click that link down below. I have loved Brilliant. It's been amazing. Now has never been a better time. First of the year, get started here, get your New Year's routines and goals set, make some accomplishments. It's amazing. I know you guys are gonna love it. So again, learn more and check out Brilliant for yourself today at the link down below, or again, head to brilliant.org/theapplecircle. This next one is super exciting and could be a really great, well worth it surprise for the Apple community in 2024 when it launches, and that is the introduction of an all-new high-end iPhone. Now, this is not the iPhone 16. We've got other rumors on that. We know the iPhone 16 lineup is coming, but this would sit above the iPhone 16 in a sense, being the new high-end flagship phone, potentially called iPhone Ultra or iPhone 16 Ultra. Now, rumors on this are sparse, but we've heard for a while now that Apple has been toying with the idea of producing a higher-end iPhone for those who want the best of the best, the flagship features, and those who are willing to shell out more money for it could buy an iPhone Ultra that may have some exclusive higher-end features, sort of like the Apple Watch Ultra compared to the Series 9 or Series 8 or whatever it is. It's sort of the same thing, but better, more flashy, and giving you a couple of extra features that you might really appreciate. For example, the iPhone Ultra could be the very first iPhone to substantially shrink the notch or get rid of it altogether. We've heard that Apple is sort of experimenting with both as of right now, though the current rumors say that while the dynamic island will remain, Apple will likely not get rid of the notch entirely, but at least shrink it down to a little hole punch cutout just for the selfie camera, moving everything else under the display. The iPhone Ultra might also have a bigger display, 6.9 inches this year versus 6.7 on the current Max models, and also, I mean, the stuff you'd probably expect: better battery life, a better A series chip, maybe even a M series chip, which would be a little insane and overkill for an iPhone, but that could be there. And then also some camera improvements, maybe better optical zoom. We're hearing rumors of a 48 megapixel ultra wide lens. You'd have a 48 megapixel main and ultra wide, which would be cool to see, and probably some other bells and whistles for a high-end iPhone Ultra. Though I will say what we're hearing right now is that most of these features would be in an iPhone 16 Pro Max. iPhone 16 lineup is shaping up to be pretty exciting with bigger screens and some camera improvements and stuff like that. So this may or may not be the year for an iPhone Ultra, but as of right now, it is not off the table at all. Definitely still in play, and hopefully, personally, I'd love to see an iPhone Ultra, hopefully come later this year in the fall. Now, this next surprise we could see from Apple could be coming at any moment. Now, while you're watching this video, there might be an announcement dropping that gives us some good news on Apple Vision Pro. What we're hearing right now is that Apple might actually release the Vision Pro headset before the end of January, maybe around the January 27th date is what we've got right now, as to when the headset will go on sale and be available for you to actually buy, as long as you're in the US, because that's where it's gonna go on sale at first. Now, January 27th is a Saturday, which is a little odd. Apple typically does Friday releases, but it's not unprecedented. Actually, the iPad, the original iPad, released on a Saturday all the way back in 2010, so maybe Apple's looking to hype up the Vision Pro as having its iPad moment. And also would make sense as because, does that make as because, is that a sentence? Basically, because what we're hearing right now is that you may have to go into a store to actually get this headset set up and configured before you could walk home and officially take possession of it. So to release it on a Friday would be inconvenient for those who have to work, so doing it on a Saturday would be a little bit better. So that's what we're hearing right now. Apple might actually release an announcement on this, maybe a press release in the coming days, sort of giving us this info, but a late January if not, sooner than that, or early February release is on the table, coming very, very soon. So if you're a fan of Vision Pro, I got some good news for you. It's coming really soon. Yes, the time is finally happening. The time has come. It's happening. All right, and finally, one more big reveal that many will be very excited to see are some much needed updates to the iPad lineup. iPad line kind of got the short end of the stick back in 2023. No updates basically at all, though 2024 could be the year things change for the better. As of right now, we're hearing the iPad Pro is gonna go OLED this year, getting some beautiful OLED screens on the 11 and 12.9 inch models. And also there's some like spec bumps sort of in there for the iPad mini and stuff like that. But one more exciting announcement Apple could sort of give us this year is a iPad Air model with a 12.9 inch display, basically a bigger screen, cheaper iPad model for all of us who want the big screen iPad experience for watching movies, playing games, crossword puzzles, reading news, whatever it is, but who don't want to spend the money for a Pro iPad. They don't need the Pro features. I mean, the iPad Pro is great, but it's really expensive. An iPad Air with a big screen would be great, and also not break the bank. So that could be coming in 2024, and I do think makes a whole lot of sense. The iPad lineup really needs some direction this year, so hopefully we see that, but those two changes in particular, in my opinion, are good and gonna be welcomed additions to see. All right, guys, so now it is your turn. What do you want to see from Apple in 2024? If you could talk to Tim Cook for 5 minutes, what's on your wish list of things to see this year? Is it some new iPad model? Is it the Apple Car? Is it a pair of even crazier AirPods Max? What would you want to see? Let me know down below, but I'm really looking forward to these 5 things. It's going to be a really exciting year. Hopefully the rumors are true and Apple gets a really good year, because 2023 was sort of bad. I actually roasted Apple in 2023. If you want to see that video, I'll leave it down below. I kind of bashed them for like 15 minutes, but hopefully all is going to be better this year. This is going to be a much better year. Super excited, and of course, stay tuned to the channel for all of the updates on what we've got. And also, I should say a big thank you to all 300,000 of you who have subscribed. We just in the nick of time before the end of the year hit 300,000 subscribers. So a huge thank you from me to you for allowing me to talk about Apple and nerd out like as a full-time job, which I can't believe is possible. So all wouldn't be possible without you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for support. I appreciate it. I am Robert Rosenfeld from the Apple Circle, and I'll see you all in the next one.